superstitions have a reason for existing.
And they
And you're
started.
off.
Cape and powder.
Hey, you wanted a Naga seed. First chest cape. I think they'd be down with that. So Troupster is heading up north to do kind of the initial escape section. Jet is going to go straight over here. Gonna check what's on the lumberjack ledge.
I'm sad no one decided to go for the Hunayan room. Oh, nice triple there.
20s, that'll be very nice. That definitely plays to the advantage of not needing to do Houlihan early. So I'm glad neither runner did that. It's just going to make for that much faster of a seed.
And there's a castle tower key there.
This seed is already pointing hard towards Aga. Jet, I think you got your wish. I don't know if you actually wanted it, though.
So yeah, we have actually 2 of the 6 required items for Haganim. And lumberjack is just 50 rupees.
Well, I mean, that would be another solid indicator that we would eventually have to do Aga, but, you know, there's still so many possibilities that are available at this point in time.
Okay, let's see. There's a sword in Lost Woods.
So early sword. If we get a second sword, I mean, both...
We have the cape, we don't need a second sword.
Oh, I suppose, you know.
So that's 3 out of 6 items for Haganim. We're missing a key, a lamp, and the moon pearl.
Well, and the moon pearl isn't even necessary per se. I mean, if the moon pearl ends up being on the pyramid, then...
And it looks like Jet is using those triples to get some more cash.
Absolutely smart to stock up on as much cash. 20 rupee tree pole is just absolutely nice to get out of the way while you can. Stock up on the rupees, try to get as many poles in efficiently as you can, setting up things like the bottle vendor, the monkey, and of course, Zora.
And just another compass to Skullwood.
I mean, there are worse beginnings, but, you know. So Jet going ahead and buying bombs, hasn't been able to find any bombs up to this point in time, so taking the safe route with that 20 rupee tree pull certainly makes sense to be able to do that as well.
And Troupster is also getting up on cash. I think that's his 3rd triple, so that's good for him.
80 rupees per pull, and he's got 325. That almost feels like his 4th tree pull then.
And the bottle vendor has a key to mire.
Wah wah. Worthless key.
Just not required.
Alright, so we're getting a well check. Little Timmy's down in the well. We
Fire
got a
rod.
fire rod.
Oh, that's not good. The fire rod and the sword, that means Skullwood is already clearable once they have access to Dark World.
Ew, and silvers. What? Is in a bottle? Oh, come on. Blue and Master Sword.
And there it is, the cape is no longer required for Ganon.
What is this seed? So many items of value, so early.
That well was stacked.
You could almost say it was a, you know, we could say, well.
There's the lamp! Oh my god.
Oh no.
We're only missing the other castle tower key.
And an Ice Palace Big Key. That's not necessarily required, but it's certainly nice to have. Another item location to be able to pick up.
But with these items, they do have access to the second chest in the castle tower.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a seed that is pointing hard towards Aga, and I'm going to make a prediction right now. It's not going to be required. I don't know. Whenever I see a seed that points hard early, it then takes a dive the other direction. But we'll see. It could be.
I'm really hoping to see either a glove or the hammer in Waterfall. Just to promote the fake flipper strat to get out of an Again MC.
I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be amazing. And I would hate it if I were a runner, but that'd be nice.
Looks like Jet is not opting to go straight for the race minigame. And it's good, just a big 20.
That pays off for Jet there. Absolutely great for Jet in that regard. And he pulls the cape, and I think he might be thinking Aga early as well.
Well, he can full clear this whole side, but it does not have immediate access to Aghanim.
I don't know if you want immediate access to Aghanim, but already having the Master Sword and the cape will give you access to be able to get those both treasure chests along with that key that he already picked up. So he can go ahead and full clear the entire escape area in one go. Troupster already made a decision to go here early, so he's not going to be able to get this area done quite as efficiently as Jet is.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Troupster is also gonna go for the castle.
It seems to be pointing hard this direction, and Troupster's going to go ahead and make the dive. He's going to face some disappointment here. And yeah, Jet is going to go ahead and at least do the escape portion. We'll see if he gets set up to do a death warp at the end of the normal escape portion to do the top end, because a lot of runners forego that castle tower section, but it's so important right now.
And yeah, the seed already points them in that direction. So I believe Jet is gonna go check those two chests as well. Oh, I was really hoping hard there. Just a Skullwood's key.
Troupster is actually heading south to the South Dam area instead of going back up. He might be trying to find some extra value here without having to go to escape. So a slight route divergence right now. We'll see which one ends up paying off for these two. Remember, both of these runners are 4-0, so any slight route divergence could eventually lead to the advantage.
And we found a container in the escape. I'm expecting Jet to set up the death warp here.
Yeah, it would absolutely make sense for him to do that at this point in time. Keep that second soldier alive to be able to kill himself, take some extra damage.
Gotta be.
Oh! So he was a little too aggressive in his death warp strats and has the fairy. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Forgot about that fairy.
Hey, at least that didn't happen after he died in the jail.
Alright, and Troupster's already in Mini Moldorm Cave, so he gets a big key to Tower of Hera. That'll be nice.
That's a very good find.
Yeah, but other than that, Mini Moldorm really didn't have a whole lot for Troupster here. So Jet's going to go into the dark rooms, which is in logic right at the moment. But otherwise, Jet's, not a whole lot in either the escape area or in the Mini Moldorm area. Where's our next progression?
Remember that they also have access to Eastern.
Yeah, there's still quite a few Sphere Zero locations. There's Eastern, there's Agina's Cave. I mean, they do have access to this castle tower, which it looks like Jet is setting up another death warp to be able to check because there wasn't anything in that dark room.
So Troupster got lucky. One crab dropped a full magic jar. So he can't fully use that fire rod if he wants. Opting to go grab more bombs.
I don't necessarily blame him for that. I mean, bombs are certainly at a premium in this early portion of the game.
He did not check what was on the island. And there's the Moon Pearl in Agra Tower.
Moon Pearl and Aga Tower. Okay, so the hard point to Aga Tower absolutely was pointing us in the right direction.
And just a plastic shield.
I mean, there are worse things to find other than your Fisher Price My First Shield. Not many worse things, but there are some worse things.
Okay, so we finally have a pendant location. Mr. Meyer is the green pendant. Oh, there's the other castle key.
And a big key to Dark Palace and 300. So, oh my gosh, so many this is pointing hard that this is our Dark World access, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't have a glove yet, neither the hammer. This is most likely an Again MC.
Yeah, and Jet has already gone halfway up the tower to do it, so in a reversal of fortunes, if it is an Agra required seed for our Dark World access, then Troupster is going to have a little bit more of an efficient routing into the escape area because he made an early visit, dipped out. Jet made a visit, cleared everything out, including the 2 treasure chests, but then left, and that second castle tower key is over in the eastern area. That's, I'm going to call it lucky at this point in time.
Now that's interesting. They do have access to Dark World through Aganim, but they only have access to 2 items over there. The Pyramid and the first chest in Palace of Darkness. So yeah, they need to find some more progression.
Not a whole lot of places left for progression either, unless they find some things here in Eastern or over in Agina's Cave. Very few items left. We'll see what Troupster pulls here. Oh, big 20.
And to answer Songleaves, no, they do not have access to Catfish. You need a glove to get there.
Alright, so Troupster finishing off Eastern. Jet is going up to Ice Rod Cave, which, as Troupster has already checked, didn't have a whole lot of anything here.
But with that Moon Pearl, Jet might go for... Oh my god, the bow in Eastern. That's a good one.
Man, that's... I mean, the unusual thing is that would normally be a very trolly location for the bow, but the seed is really pointing towards this direction, so you gotta know that Jet's gonna pick that up pretty quickly anyway.
And with that bow, I definitely do again him now. That unlocks 4 more chests in Palace of Darkness.
Now, this might be interesting. Jet looks like he's setting up a fake flipper glitch, so if he finds anything in these other areas, it's definitely going to point him away from where the seed is intending to take him.
Okay, just a big 20 on the Hylia Island. Oh yeah, they need the hammer to get 2 more items, so you can only check the both side of Palace of Darkness.
All right, so troops are clearing out the eastern area. That bow was all he found. Bow and silver's sub 15. I mean, really?
Well, it looks like he's going there.
So at this point, I mean,
And
Troopster's
he's
going to get
going
some.
for another triple.
I mean, I get it. I don't know if I'd do that, but I get it. So Jet is fake flippering up to do. He doesn't quite have enough rupees for Zora. He hasn't done enough tree pulls, quite as many as Troopster has. We'll see if he finds any value in these and can avoid Aga. I don't know if it's going to be the right play or not.
Nope.
He'll be able to get a little bit of knowledge to see what's up here on the waterfall ledge, though, for Zora.
Reminder that Troupster is also looking for the Mumpearl.
So here's the question. Do you predict that Troopster, after this escape sequence, will go ahead and go up to Castle Tower, which he can full clear now, by the way?
Yeah, he can
Or-
full clear. He's definitely gonna do it. He's already here, and I think the only other check he can do at this point is Akina's Cave.
Yeah, because I don't think there's anything of value in this escape area as well in this initial escape. I think it was just a compass down in the basement in Zelda's chest, so yeah.
But he still have that ferry, right?
Yep, he still has that fairy, unfortunately. If he's smart, he'll release that fairy, but I don't know. I think he might have forgotten about it. So Jet does pick up the second Castle Tower key. We'll head over to escape, hoping beyond all hope he doesn't have to go back. But that's where this seed is pointing him.
And there's that ferry. He's saving quitting.
He's saving and quitting. Oh, Troopster. Oh, but you know that you have to go back.
He's gonna come back sooner or later anyway.
Don't go south. Okay, he's going back.
In the
Course.
meantime, Jet is gonna do his turn. He's gonna find that bow soon.
Absolutely. Shout out, by the way, I really feel like I should mention this. Troopster is relatively new to the community, but already at 4-0, I think in part thanks to. He has his own coach, ladies and gentlemen, BBB Kermit, who is in chat, and of course expressing his exasperation with that particular play from Troopster. It's like being a college coach, isn't it? You can tell him what to do, but sometimes you can't play the game for him, huh, Kermit?
And it looks like Troupster is setting up another death ward.
This one should be a little bit more successful.
Okay, and Jet finally gets his bow.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking Aga now as well. So Troopster's going to have a bit of an edge here as he heads over and up Aga Tower.
Yeah, he's already up there, so that's good for him. And I did miss it, but Jet also got a full magic refill at some point. Oh, and that's nice, using the silver arrows to kill those ball and chin guards.
Absolutely. Silver arrows this early in the game is slightly ridiculous, and I think something that both these runners absolutely love in this particular seed. question in chat, where did Jet get the pearl? He went up this part. He had the one castle tower key. He did not have both. So he was able to get both treasure chests, but did not have access to Aghanim himself. Meanwhile, Troupster did find the second castle tower by doing some other overworld exploration in the back of Sahasrara's closet, and Jet is making a beeline for Aghanim as well.
Okay, so let's make our guesses. What do we find in the Dark World?
Oh, Troupster Falls. What do I want in Dark World? I think...
I'm thinking hookshot.
Oh, that would be mean, because, I mean, that opens up all the... Man, that's a long routing there.
No wait, that doesn't unlock anything, because they do not have access to the catfish side of Dark World.
Oh, right.
So it has to be glove or hammer then.
Actually, there's another thing that we could find there, and it would be super, super trolly. Flute.
Oh my god, that's good. I like that.
Chat has conditioned me for many years now, it feels like, to just think of the most painful thing that could possibly happen to these runners and hope for it.
Hookshot and flippers is a good one though.
Yeah, anything that opens up only like one or two locations right now would be kind of amazing. But in all honesty, I think this is going to be our first lift upgrade.
Okay, so let's see how many blue balls Troupster gets on Aghanim. Reminder that the RNG for Aghanim is the same for both runners, meaning that Jet is gonna have the same amount of blue balls.
Oh no, Jet's having a little bit of trouble here. It looks like he's down to 1 heart. Getting trolled a little bit.
There's one. Looks like a very good Aghanim.
Yeah, very nice cutscene here for Troupster.
Only one blue ball.
I think he's kind of happy about that. And what do we have on the pyramid? Remember, it could be either here in the pyramid or over in Palace of Darkness.
And there's a big key.
Oh god.
Eastern. No,
Thieves Town. Okay. So both of these runners really kind of following the only breadcrumbs, although there is still that 1-0 location left. That's Agina's cave, which if that's where our progression was hiding and they didn't have to do Aghanim, oh my.
Yeah, if the glove or flute was in Agina's cave, that's gonna be painful.
Well, luckily it'll be painful for both of these runners, and more importantly, I think they would both be feeling behind from that point forward. Oh, I just thought of another item that could be leading us. The book. Access to Desert Palace.
For only one more item?
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, both of them are doing the same play. Troupster just a little bit ahead.
Yeah, Troupster's execution has been very, very good at this point in time. You can tell he's been putting in a lot of practice through this.
And we find the map of desert. Looks like the bow might have been required then.
At this point, it certainly looks like it. So Troupster's going to head over here to this right side.
Now, if the hammer is over there, that's gonna be fun. To get to open 2 more chests in this dungeon.
That would be nice. But the fact that we only have 2 more chests, this really has been a pretty linear seed up to this point in time, where you do what the seed tells you to do, and you don't really have too many other options.
There has to be a point where the seed is gonna open up. A linear seed like this is not pretty good for a race. Okay, so let's see. Hammer!
Oh, hammer! Oh my god! What is this seed?
Okay, now the seed is open.
A big key to Ganon's tower.
That looks required. Okay, so they have access to Hype Cave and that whole area. They also have access to the Magic Bat. And two more chests in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, he does not have a single key, so he's gonna be able to check just this one chest at this point, and the chest down below. But man, maybe Magic Bat has a progression now, and the seed is intended you to get that magic powder as well.
Oh, I definitely go check Hype Cave and the digging minigame first. And there's a vanilla key.
Vanilla key! Is this even randomized, guys? And keep in mind, they also have the pod big key, so if he knows Hammer Yump, he can go ahead and get to that.
Yeah, I think that's what he's planning to do. That's a main location for a key. This does not unlock anything because the logic will require you to have at least 3 keys to get any more chests in pod, but you can use it to find out early on what's in there.
I'm still just shaking my head a little bit that this seed has just kind of led these guys on a breadcrumb. Usually you see some semblance of route divergence, but these guys have like, nope, you have one way to go. Tough luck.
There could have been also a very daring play, going straight to Almazor.
No. Just no. I mean, yeah, that would be daring, but the potential to soft block yourself after only picking up 1 pod key. Oh my goodness. No. So now Jet finds his... Oh, he's on his way. My goodness.
And we found the map of Turtle Rock. Oh no. Oh. I almost thought that Jet would be locked on that side.
Ice Palace small key. That's a nice pickup. Otherwise, a bunch of trash at this point in time.
Yep, and Jet is getting low on heart. I think he only has one chance at the Hammer Yump.
Yeah, this could be... I mean, they're only, about 20 seconds apart at this point in time. But if he misses the Hammer Yump, I mean, there's a lot at stake right at the moment with what's going on here between Troupster and Jet. If Troupster can nail it, I think Jet can nail it too, but he's only really got one shot at it. And chat pointing out, yeah, Jet could have powdered the anti-fairy if he really wanted health.
Oh, right.
And Troupster
Okay.
nails it first try.
We're about to find out if that play was worth it. Nope.
Nope.
They found absolutely nothing in Palace of Darkness.
Oh my god. Okay, they found the hammer. So I imagine we're going. Where are you going, Troupster?
Did. That's a weird route, but where is he going?
Oh, he's
Oh,
going up to use this portal. Okay. I still don't. Is okay?
he's going for Hype Cave.
Is that the easier routing for Hype Cave?
It has to be. Getting out of Pod was slower than this.
Oh, he doesn't have gloves. That's right. This is their only access point. He can't get the other portal.
And we're about to find out what the 5 and 6 crystals are. Woods and Ice Palace.
All right. So number play. Let's make some guesses. What are we going to rank this? Is Hype Cave going to be actually hype, or is it going to be a dud? Let's get some guesses here in chat too.
I think the Stump Kid has the progression. And we still don't know what's in the Hagina's cave. Oh, flute!
Flute and a big key to Turtle Rock. You know what? B plus. I'll give you that.
So yeah, that gives them 2 more items.
So interesting difference here. You see Jet now looks like he's slightly ahead of Troupster. The main difference is Troupster went ahead and checked to see what the 5-6 crystals were. Jet did not make that choice, and they are effectively neck and neck now because Troupster wanted that knowledge. I like the play that Troupster did. There's still a lot of rando to play, and another big key from Stumpy, Swamp Palace.
Womp womp.
I mean, it's another item location. I'm not going to hate.
I was really hoping for progression there.
I mean, it still could be.
Now, there's no way they're not gonna go check that after the flute. Makes sense to check that straight after it.
Oh, absolutely. Check both of them while we're here. And we have simultaneously in the digging game, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, another big key. Skullwoods, more big key fetch quests. This race is absolutely hype. These two are going to be neck and neck. Linear scenes like this generally favor people with better execution, and between Jet and Troupster, their execution is nearly identical. Ooh, hang on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be this close this entire race.
Now, both of them are about to activate their flute at the same time. How much better can it be?
Quick, someone summon Dr. Bob. So does this mean that progression at this point has to be up on Death Mountain?
Again, we do not have access to a whole lot.
At this point, yeah, but it's either there or, again, down in Agnes Cave.
Basically, the moment they find gloves is the moment the seed is open. But until then, there's not much they can check.
And you're absolutely right, both of them with the heads up play to go check Magic Bat.
Might be interesting to go check Agina right now as well.
I mean, with the flute, it makes it a little bit easier to go ahead and do to fly down there because you also get knowledge of what's on that desert ledge. It'll be interesting to see where Jet goes, if he goes over to Agna or if he heads up to Death Mountain.
And no, we need a glove or dog shot to get to the north side of Dark World.
So Jet is going to go up to Death Mountain, and here's our another route divergence. Troupster is going down south, just bombs on the ledge.
Technically, one of them is making the right play. Might be both.
Might be both. We could see some major divergence here if they both find progression. I would laugh if they both got gloves right now.
Nice run!
No, that's not what you want to see from the old man there.
Well, we know that Turtle Rock is required anyway. Okay, so Spectacle has something.
Spectacle has to have our next progression. It's got to be. It's got to be a lift upgrade. It feels like we've gone 36 minutes without a lift upgrade. It's got to be there, right?
Hookshot or mirror is also possible. And there's one!
Oh no!
Spectacle!
Mirror here.
And
And another one!
Oh my god, both gloves at Spectacle Rock.
This isn't. It's not Spectacle Rock, it's Glove Rock anymore. Mountain of
That's
flexing.
great. Looks like we found the pair. Okay, now they have access to a whole lot. And we know that the mirror is required.
Oh my goodness. I mean, mirror was probably required anyway, but oh man. And the world just opens up unto Jet and Troupster.
Now with 6 hearts and Master Sword, do you go finish Skullwood straight away?
Okay, I need to preface this. I don't. But if I were Jet or Troupster with their skills, I would.
If I'm in a race, I go straight for it, knowing it's already 5 and 6 crystals. I definitely go for it right now.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I think Troupster knows that, but I don't think Jet knows that. Because Jet did not check. Remember, this is why Jet has a bit of a lead right now. Troupster did go ahead and check to see what the 5-6 crystals were. Jet didn't.
And there's another pod key in Skullwoods. Oh, and Troupster is opting to go grab potions. Oh, nice thinking by Troupster to go check the back of escape right now.
Oh, this could be interesting because that is opened up.
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
easy to forget when you find the gloves this late.
Oh, absolutely. So, interesting route divergence here. Oh my! That was the
There's the
Swampy the Swamp
Swampy.
Palace. And Jet pulls the Cane of Samaria.
Oh boy. We
This
may have an early access to Turtle Rock.
we may. I mean, the only thing we're missing is the mirror right now to be able to get in, and whatever medallion we need.
Oh, there's a desert. The desert Smoky.
And Jet takes his death warp out. We see Troupster getting ready to head up that direction himself.
Now Troupster did find another heart, so he's at 7. Also, he did buy a blue potion, so he can be a little careless in Skullwood with that potion. And nice job by Jet in that crypto room. You want to avoid using as much magic as you can and get as much fire rod shots you can on Motula. Troupster finds his King of Samaria. Again, this can still be anyone's race. Ooh, you got to be careful, Jet. Already down to 3 hearts. No potions. Nice dodging skills. And he got it. A small key. The Thieves down. So that does not unlock anything yet. But that's good to find early. Or did they find the Thieves down big key?
I thought they did, yeah. I think the Thieves Town Big Key was. Yeah, it
Oh
was
yeah.
pretty early.
So yeah, they do have full access to Thieves Town already as well. And Bumbos.
Calling it now. Bombos is our access to Eternal Rock. I'm calling it right now.
It's either the only medallion you have access in this seed, or you're gonna find all 3 and the last one you find is the required one.
Alright, so Jet's making his way. He's going to hit the Village of Outcasts here directly. Troupster is also making his way through Skullwoods. Man, these two are just neck and neck, aren't they?
And with that cape, they can also get the item on Bumper Cave if that's required. So we are about to find that out.
Yeah, we got that cape in Link's chest, and it's just a big 20.
In the meantime, we have Mario on Troupster's side.
Picking up some extra magic to go through here. Meanwhile, Jet's checking C-shaped house.
Just find some bombs. And there's another key to Turtle Rock.
Seed, are you trying to tell us something? My goodness. Oh, and Jet pulling half magic. That's another thing that's a little bit nice at this point in time in the game. When you need both fire and ice rod, and you still have quite a few of the later dungeons to do anyway. Jet picking up another pod small key in the first part of Thieves Town. Remember, we got the big key, so pretty much everything here in Thieves Town is clearable at this point in time. And we see Troupster also going over here and checking just to double check that upper ledge. And, of course, Jet finds the mirror in Thieves Town. My goodness. Okay, so that's a lot of access right there, because that mirror unlocks our Titansmith's access, and that in turn unlocks all of our Death Mountain access, because we'll be able to go ahead and cross over to the East Light World and Dark World Death Mountain just in kind of one go for both of these runners, given where both the Power Glove and the Titansmiths were. Oh, and this is true. We do not have hook shot for Hookshot Cave, but, you know, details. So this sea just opened wide up, and it's going to be interesting to see the routing decisions and choices between Jet and Troupster, between that mirror unlocking just so many overworld locations and other locations. Routing is going to be playing a big role at this point in time. So it's now less about execution, although execution is still absolutely vital, but to see how well they route these things in and what gambles they take. All right, so Troupster working his way through this still top half of Thieves Town. Jet is in the bottom half. So we're going to see what's in Blind's chest, and Jet's about to go on a blind date here. Let's face it, we've all had worse blind dates.
Talk for yourself.
Hey, I have horrible blind dates all the time, man. Another small key to Turtle Rock.
Oh boy. Now I'm definitely thinking that Bumbles is the entry to Turtle Rock.
It definitely feels like it. I would be a little bit jilted, I think, if it ends up being like Aether.
We need only one more small king turtle rock for Trinex access. And we have both rods, so we can do it.
More importantly, the nice thing is that they were able to pick up a couple shields, so they have access to the fire shield, which is actually super nice on this blind fight.
Okay, let's see if it's a crystal or red pendant.
Red pendant. Oh, I mean, at this point, this feels like the only play that you can really make at this point in time. So I don't necessarily blame either of them for going ahead and full clearing it. The seed is hard pointing this direction, but where do they go from here with the world literally opening up to them between that mirror?
Yeah, I feel both of them are gonna go check that mountain.
I mean, if you think about it, Paradox Cave has 7 checks there on its own. 8, I'm sorry, 8. Yeah, I forgot to count Spiral Cave as well. Plus Super Bunny, which is 2 more. Plus, you can route in to go ahead and dive into Turtle Rock. Yeah, I'd say go ahead
Five
and
in Tower of Hera. There's a lot of items you can get over here. Oh, and I know it's not yet in Logic, or is it? Spike Cave. Yeah, it's in Logic right now, so you can route that in as well.
Oh, because of the bottle? Yep. Oh, and Kate, duh.
They have Cape, Bottle, half magic. Yeah, it's in Logic now.
Alright, so we'll see our first stop on the Death Mountain Magical Mystery Tour.
Turtle
Tower of
Rock Key?
Hera.
No.
Pod Key. I see you about a Dirk. Mitten Mountain. I like it.
Oh, and there's the Misery Mire Big Key.
Misery Mire. We don't know if that's required or not yet. It is a green pendant.
And we do not have access to Misery Mire yet anyway, because we need Dogshot or the boot to enter the first room.
Absolutely. But we're only one item away from Misery Mire access, given that you need the flute and the mitts and
Maybe
everything
another
else
medallion.
required. Maybe. We never know.
And
Map.
there's the swamp map. Yeah, the moment we see where the blue pendant is, we will have full info on the pendants and crystals.
Man, I'm almost hoping that this Tower of Hera, because we don't know what it is yet, I'm hoping this is actually a pendant now. Because I want some trolling.
Unless Moldorm has an item, a required item.
Just a crap ton of rupees, but it is a crystal, so a worthwhile stop for Jet.
So there was nothing but a small pod in Tower of Hera. And technically Jet can full clear pod now.
He can. I don't know if it's necessarily in logic, but between that hammer yump that he was able to get, yeah, it's fine.
The floating island is just a hard container.
We're totally going to go out of our way to get that, aren't we? No, the answer is no. We're not going to go out to get that. No.
There's a Ganon tower key. I think that's our first one.
Yeah, that's a little bit rare that we don't see more Ganon Tower small keys at this point in time, but it's fine.
And that's a nice routing there, doing Paradox Cave and Bunny Cave almost at the same time with the mirror.
Absolutely. And here's our first look. Boots.
Troupster! What are those?
That is our Misery Mire access, though, if Bombos is required for that one. So, huh.
There's another GT key. Oh, and that boots also unlock one chest in Hookshot Cave.
That's true. So I'm glad he definitely went to that side first. I mean, it makes sense given the routing.
Oh, and Troupster got the fast Moldorn.
That stinks. Just rupees there, and another compass, so not a whole lot of action here so far. The boots is about the most exciting thing we found here on the east side of Death Mountain, light or dark side.
Yeah, so if Bumbles is indeed the required entry to Turtle Rock, do dip there. Oh! And the
Mirror shield. What? Oh, and Troupster. Oh, poor Troupster getting dead rocked. Those stupid fart squirrels. And Quake!
Just a vanilla quake on Turtle Rock. So Jet is gonna go do Spike Cave.
We have, if I just saw Troupster's pause menu right, we have the big keys to every place in Dark World.
We're only missing the big key to Eastern. That's the only one we're missing.
Like, in Desert.
Oh yeah, the desert big key.
I mean, that's just... wow.
Oh, and that trolley Aganim makes them spawn on the pyramid.
Yeah, that's tough to take into account sometimes because you're so used to saving and quitting and being able to choose your menu location, and then you forget. Oh wait, I've killed Agra. I'm gonna respawn in the Dark World.
And Swamp is our blue pendant.
I really, really sincerely dislike Swamp being a pendant because I always feel obligated to go there just from the sheer number of treasure chests that are there.
But that could be very fun because Dog Shot is not required for access to Ganon's tower, and it looks like Bumbles is required for mire access.
Oh my goodness. Jet's gonna take a dip into desert, see what he can find. We do have the desert small key, which he is going to be able to check 2 extra treasure chests because of it.
Now, wouldn't it be fun if Dog Shot is right before Moldong 2?
When you say fun, I don't think you actually mean what is fun for the rest of us. I mean, yeah, it'd be fun for us, but it would be absolutely nightmarish for Jet and Troupster.
I mean, if one of them knows how to hover, that's not an issue.
Hashtag Andy Strats. So Jet's checking these others. Not a whole lot in Desert Palace for him, so he's going to go ahead and save quit and continue on.
And suddenly we're at 11 hearts. And did he forget to check checkerboard cave?
Yeah, he has not yet checked Checkerboard Cave, so if something's there, I mean, I don't know what could be there that would be of use to him here in Misery Mire. You have the big key, you have a small key, you have silvers, so Vitreous isn't going to be any problem.
I want to remind everyone now that we're at the 1 hour mark about everyone involved in this race. Our commentators, Videsha and Number Play, our tracker Do, then our streamer Sinek. Here, we're all doing a great job for you guys for this race.
Yeah, we're all. It was a little bit rough to get started, but we're doing everything we can to help you guys out. This is a very, very close race. Troupster has checked a few more overworld locations than Jet has. Jet appears to be in the lead, but if he ends up having to find anything, then it could get interesting here. Troupster also gets trolled a little bit there with the save quit into Dark World. Hey now. All right, so Jet really not finding a whole lot here in Misery Mire either.
And
at least
looks
so
like
far.
Troupster is gonna go check other places, mainly the Overworld.
Yeah, it's worth noting that Troupster is, if there's one thing that Troupster does that probably sets himself apart from a lot of the other runners, is he does, ooh, Jet finds flippers. That could be interesting.
That unlocks heist.
It does. So, as I was saying, the one thing that Troupster does that I think sets him apart from a lot of the other runners is he does a lot of research as to his opponent's preferences. So Jet is, I wouldn't say well known, but when he is able to go ahead and do a dungeon, he will do a dungeon. And that's a lot of runners' particular style. So Troupster, I think at this point in time, is tailoring exactly what he's doing, knowing that if Jet is already in the dungeons, if he checks overworlds and finds something valuable, then he will be ahead. So he's kind of tailoring his style to be anti-Jet as much as he can.
So looks like Mire only had the flippers and pod keys.
Flippers and pod keys. Flippers and pod keys. I mean, there are worse things to pick up, absolutely.
And I'm surprised Troupster did not go to the Smiths as well.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. You can go ahead and route the Smiths in. You can do that South Grove Ledge K45. You could probably even take some time and do Gary's Lunchbox at this point in time as well, because that's a pretty quick check. At least when you have the mirror and the flute. All right, so Jet is, other than those flippers and the pod key, has not found a whole lot in Misery Mire to warrant this. I mean, we know flippers are by logic required to get into Ice Palace. However, we don't know if Swamp Palace is going to have anything required. And you can get into Ice Palace fake flippering, so it'll be interesting to see if Troupster full dives or as soon as he gets one item leaves. I don't know. And guys, don't blink. But Vitreous is already dead. Get it? Blink, Vitreous. Haha. Haha.
Vitreous cannot blink.
Don't ruin it, man.
So, there's still the green pendant. I think it's worth finishing the dungeon for it.
Yeah, that green pendant is going to be a little bit interesting. We'll see if it ends up being required. Jet, I can imagine we'll be going over there before too long.
I love you, chat.
Chat really is amazing sometimes. I love you guys and gals and other folk.
Okay, I'm totally expecting Jet to go ice next. That also unlocks Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah, ice seems to be the logical way to go, but remember, Jet might also check some of these other overworld locations because he's been, as soon as he's gotten into the dark world, he's been hard dungeons and hasn't really done anything else.
They are only technically missing the hookshot and both big keys for Desert and Eastern. Oh, and Jet does not have that swamp key yet, which was in the back of Escape.
Oh, that's true. That's interesting that Jet hasn't done that yet, but I think he's going to be able to route this in directly. Or, oh yes, he is. Or he's not. Or he is. Jet, make up your mind.
That's a weird route to get to the back of Escape.
I mean, whatever works, I suppose. You just gotta make it up as you go.
And now you have half access to Swamp. Still need the hookshot to full clear it.
Man, that would be probably the trolliest thing we could do at this point in time. I mean, if not the hook shot in Ganon's tower, it'd be on the left side of Swamp somewhere.
So, reminder that we only need dog shot for pedestal access.
Yep, this could be interesting. And Jet's going to ice. Ice, ice, baby. Do, 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 do. No? Come on, we don't ice. Anyone?
I see what you did there. So what do we find? Tempered sword! That's good. That's very good.
Yeah, I think Jet's a little bit happy to find that. Master Sword is nice, but I mean, Tempered certainly helps a lot once you get to Ganon. My good friend DM Stewart in chat is asking if anyone has checked what are the wonderful Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla, also known as Sahasrahla, you know, the guy outside of Eastern, has for green. And no, we have not figured that out yet.
You mean Sarah Jessica Parker?
That is more attractive than the actual Sarah Jessica Parker. I will not compliment her like that.
Oh, and Jet is doing the bomb jump.
Easy peasy for someone of Jet's caliber. And, you know, at this point at 4-0, the people who struggle with bomb jump at this point in time are, you know, me. And that's about it.
Just got to practice it more. So it looks like Troupster is also going for ice.
Yep, this is going to be interesting.
Again, a very close race, both of them doing the same plays. Troupster has a little bit more overworld checks.
Help me out. Did Troupster actually beat Misery Mire?
Oh, maybe it did skip Vitreous.
That would be a time saver or a huge time waster. Did I blink and miss it?
You said
Yeah.
not to blink.
Don't blink. Blink and you're dead. Or teleported backwards in time. Spoilers. So that's interesting.
I agree with this strat by Troupster to use the medallion for this room. Without dog shot, it's not a fun room to do.
Oh no, absolutely not. And especially with only Master Sword. He gets tempered. If he had tempered going into that room, I can see him trying to spin, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a very close race. If Jet routes the hobo and waterfall after this, that might give Troupster a bit of a chance to catch up. Or was it Jet that did the fake flipper? I believe that was Jet, yeah.
Yeah, Jet did fake flipper, yeah, and Troupster did not. So both in Ice Palace at this point in time, and man, this is just such a close race. There's just remember, Troupster's done some more Overworld than Jet.
It's been a while since we've seen any progression now.
Yeah, they've just been kind of leading us along one step at a time. This will be nice. Half magic fire rod and tempered sword. Going to be a relatively quick fight here. And yeah,
And
we've
he's
already
done.
missed it.
Just arrows upgrade. But we have access to a pyramid ferry now.
Is that? Do you think that's where Jet goes right away? Is to pyramid, or does he go elsewhere?
He has full access to pod. I think he's gonna go do that.
That's fair, and he'll be able to route in. We don't have our eastern big key yet, do we?
Nope. But he can also check Sarasrata.
This is true. So we're gonna get. This is for you, DM Stewart. We're gonna get our check here. Maybe he doesn't run by it. Oh.
Oh, that's huge.
That is significant. That's a big hit on Troupster. Remember, Troupster dipped out of Mire, which is where the green pendant is, and that Quake medallion is our access to Turtle Rock. That's big for Jet right there. I'm with as quality as these two runners are, I'm tempted to say that's game, but it's not over. It's absolutely not over.
Unless there's nothing in Turtle Rock and Troupster has the ability to go mode it.
Yeah, I can see something like that happening if... Okay, let's think about this.
And there's the Hera small key.
Oh my god. What would it take for Troupster to be able to catch up? Because he's going to have to go all the way back into Misery Mire eventually. The problem I worry about is that he's going to look everywhere else for that Quake first. So he's going to go to some out-of-the-way locations. He's going to do some kind of crazy things before going back to Misery Mire, knowing that he's already ditched there, and if it's there, he's probably already gone. This is... I mean, there's no two ways about it. This is not good for Troupster, but what will it take, number play, for Troupster to get back in it?
Yeah, he has to find everything outside of the Turtle Rock, and there has to be some kind of fake progression in Turtle Rock for Jet to get distracted. Oh yeah, and if some big keys are in Turtle Rock, that means that Troupster will quickly find out that Vitreous was required.
I mean, at this point in time, about, if for whatever reason, I think what Troupster needs to be able to catch up is if... Oh my goodness! This is how crazy and how low percentage of a chance this is. In order for Troupster to really be able to catch up, I think he's got to hope for that Eastern Palace big key to be on the pedestal, because Jet will go up to Turtle Rock and full clear it and get everything, including maybe having to hunt down a fourth key to check that vanilla big key chest location to check for that Eastern Palace big key. Meanwhile, if it's on the pedestal, That's just fewer locations for Troupster to check in the hunt for it, which means that he will be more likely to go back to Misery Mire.
So that's interesting. Troupster did check Hobo and went for Pyramid Fairy next, instead of finishing the sequence with Zora and Waterfall.
That is interesting. Jet gonna check this last vanilla big key location for
And
Pod.
Troupster, no, you did again. You can't go do the quick route.
Oh no, Troupster.
Oh, there's their third key to Turtle Rock. So yeah, now Jet has access to Trinex.
So we'll see what Troupster ends up finding here at this Pyramid Fairy location. Meanwhile, Jet's making a beeline up to Turtle Rock, and I don't blame him one iota.
Just big 20s in the pyramid.
Oh, ew, that's a disgusting Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, I think Troupster is gonna rob Catfish with the Zora check.
I mean, that'll be a good check because we haven't been up there yet. Neither runner has really routed this in. We see Jet going ahead and doing the basement of Hera while he's up here on his way over.
Now, too many times I've seen something required in the basement of Hera, so I do not blame him for checking that right now.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, it's a location that's incredibly out of the way if you have to do any other routing. If you're already up on your way up Death Mountain and you have to decide which way to go and you're on your way up to Turtle Rock, this is an optimal time to do it. It's not great, but it's optimal. Alright, so Troupster's checking Catfish, getting ready to mirror away depending on what is thrown. Bomb!
There's the shovel.
Ooh, so okay, this is a breadcrumb that might lead Jet away, so this could be interesting, but Jet has some other things to do up here first.
So this is the moment we're about to find out if Jet gets go mode or if he's gonna get distracted by too many progression items.
Yeah, this is going to be. I mean, it's going to come down to the wire, and of course, the fish. This is why you don't invest in the fish stock market, ladies and gentlemen. He will always rip you off.
Remember that for GT access they need the big to desert and eastern. And they also need the hookshot to cross after Moldom 2 for the validation chest.
Yep. So there's still lots to do. We don't want to. I don't want to say and sound kind of doomed like it's over, but I didn't want to understate how big that green pendant pickup was for Jet. I mean, that was. I mean, as close to a death blow as you can get in Randomizer.
And Jet remembered that he does not have the hookshot for this room. Went straight down.
That's good. That can troll some people every now and then. Troupster going through pod.
The map room in Turtle Rock lives up to his name.
Now keep in mind, Jet's not in go mode yet. We still have a couple big keys that we're missing for both Eastern Palace and Desert. And of course, there's that hook shot. So, nowhere near go mode at this point in time. Still 3 items missing for Jet before he's in go mode.
And we are at 15 hearts now for Jet.
Yeah, this has been a pretty healthy sea, all things considered. I know it started out a little bit sickly, especially in the early dungeons, but we've gotten quite a few heart containers. So while we're in a bit of a lull here, I'm going to go over so far. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this race between Troupster and Jet joins our runners. There's going to be 8 total runners for the final tournament. 7 of them will be 5-0. The loser of this race will be joining 32 others into a winner-take-all for this last match, and that'll be next Saturday. So far, the other folks who are already in the tournament are sitting at 5-0. I'm going to give a shout out to these folks while we're waiting around. Christos Owen is in. Zaphod Beetlebrox IV is in. Faraim is in. Andy is in. And that's it. Those are our only 5-0s so far. So we still have 3 more spots to claim. We have Jet versus Troupster. Whoever wins this race will be in. We also have tonight, we have Pika Pals versus TGH. The winner of that one will be in. And then tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Eastern on Speed Gaming 2, we'll have Problems IRL versus Isn't Even My Final Form, who will also be in, whoever wins that one.
I want to stop you there. 1 hour 27 minutes in, we finally find a male in Mimic Cave.
Just now? Wow.
So yeah, they did all these dungeons with green mail up to now.
Oh, there's Problems IRL in chat. Shout out, sir.
Oh my god, a vanilla turtle rock key.
What?
Jet is considering it. Yeah, he's going back for that lever room.
Yeah, if you get a vanilla turtle rock key, you go back. Oh man, that's interesting.
It's definitely now to check it if you want to check it.
Yeah, there's no other good time to do it, so you do it now. It's wonder. I mean, this could be another place where Troupster can pick up some time eventually if he doesn't ever go back and check. Man, I love that Metroid sprite, by the way.
Yeah, sadly it's only the bunny form. Just a compass.
So yeah, if Troupster comes here in go mode, he could potentially clear out Turtle Rock quite a bit faster than Jet. But man, he is so far behind, and still he needs to get to Misery Mire before he can even get into Turtle Rock. This is not good news for Troupster.
Troupster might maybe find the hookshot in Swamp, maybe. That might give him a bit of a lead. Because Jet might skip it entirely until Ganon's Tower.
I mean, I don't know at this point in time. It's going to be. This is going to be a tight. It's been a tight race the entire time, and we saw one gamble, the huge difference that makes in our reactions. But Troupster still has the ability to catch up. It's unlikely, but it's possible. And that's just the nature of rando, guys.
There's our third bottle.
Our fourth bottle.
So yeah,
Laser Bridge is Bottle Bridge.
and the last key to pod.
So yeah, no progression in Turtle Rock. That's good news for Troupster.
Wait a minute, there was a Turtle Rock key locked behind one of the pod keys.
Yeah, there was.
So the logic planned for you to do Laser Bridge to get the last Turtle Rock key in pod.
Yeah, sure did. Troupster again doing some of these overworld locations, checking in with Jeremiah to see what we have here in Peg Cave and at the blacksmiths. Meanwhile, Jet is on his Trinex fight, making very quick work. Couldn't quite keep a clean floor, but that's okay.
Sadly, there wasn't any progression in Turtle Rock. Unless...
Oh, yeah.
There's the hook shot.
That's not good for Troupster.
Yeah, that has to be GG, I think. But that's a really good time to find it because Hookshot Cave is right next door.
Hookshot Cave is right next door. You can go ahead and do Swamp Palace at this point in time to get, because right now the only thing you're missing is your Desert Palace and Eastern Palace big keys. Once you have those, you're good to go.
And the Smiths was Boomerang.
Yep, the Lagarang. And there's our big key to Desert.
Ether. And the book.
So Jet's going to use his book and go immediately over to check the Ether tablet while he's over here, I believe.
He's only the Eastern big key away from Go Mode now.
Yeah, this is, and it really all just came down to that one decision by Troupster to back out of Misery Mire. He still hasn't gone back. That Misery Mire green pendant led to Quake, which unlocks Turtle Rock. He is checking the overworld locations now, seeing where else he can go.
Yeah, and I fear Troupster is gonna go in Swamp now.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, it looks like he's heading that way. That's... Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate.
Now, interesting, Jet is going to check the big chest in Desert first.
Well, you're not quite in go mode. You want to check it every possible item location as efficiently as you can.
But my point here is that you're one item from Go Mode, and if the boss has that item, you're saving a lot of time. So I would have done Landmola first.
This is true, and this is why your record was probably better than mine.
And yes, as well at Quake, which was required, and Troupster did a full clear mire, except for Vitreous.
Yeah, I mean it's a gamble, and that's kind of the name of the game for Randomizer. Is it's a gamble. You can't win them all. I mean, for example, different people make different gambles, and it can lead to different outcomes. Our champion for both last year's spring tournament as well as the fall open tournament, Ajneb 174 Ben, has a loss in this tournament simply because of opponents that he's played and gambles that he's made. It's the name of the game. Troupster hasn't found anything so far in Swamp. This is new information for us, but he's not going to find what he's looking for. And another small key to Ganon's tower.
Might still take a while for Jet to finish this game. This seed. He does have access to everything now. And there's a lot of Overworld check he needs to do. I think he might go check pedestal.
Just in case. Oh, are we gonna? Is he gonna blind pull it for us?
He's still missing the swamp
Oh,
pendant.
okay.
So yeah, he's gonna check it. Make sure. If it's there, he's gonna go mode swamp, so that's gonna be easy for him.
Yeah, I mean, I get that logic, absolutely. So, let's see what we have, Jet. There's couch cash, okay.
So it's somewhere else. There's
It's,
also the Bumbo's tablet that has not been checked yet.
that would be really out of the way.
And we're finally at the part where Jet does all the overworld check. Sadly, none of it had anything good.
Yeah, this might be the time if Troupster could possibly catch up. This would be where he would be making up his time, but he's not making the play that we need him to make.
Oh, and he's way too far behind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He has to finish Mire, Turtle Rock, and Desert to catch up. And Troupster is about to find out.
Everything that he possibly can, at least from this Swamp Palace.
Oh my god!
Oh, the big key to Eastern.
It's there!
So go mode for Jet is going to be on the left side of Swamp Palace. It'll be interesting. Do you think he's going to go ahead and do that? I mean, he's got Gary's lunchbox, so he's on his way down in that area. Do you think he's going to kill the boss or do full left side first?
Oh, that's very interesting. I think he might go for the boss first. When you're one item from go mode. That's the kind of play you make.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily blame him for that. So Troupster is now following the breadcrumb that he received and is on his way over here.
And Quake was on Saraswara. Troupster did full clear Mire but did not go for Vitreous.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate play, but them's the breaks.
On the other hand, Troupster is gonna be in go mode once he finds that desert big key in Hookshot Cave. After he grabs the hookshot in Turtle Rock. Okay, let's see what's on Bombo's tablet. Just bombs. And it looks like Jet is going in swamp, so he's gonna get his go mode fairly soon. Just a compass on Harmos. So yeah, Troupsters. He only has one option now. The Mire boss.
Oh, is Troupster finally going back?
Yeah, that's his only option now.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling upset at this point in time.
Double dipping Mire is not something you want to do.
No, I mean, even I try to full clear it the second I walk in the door, just because it takes so long to even get to the first treasure chest in here. And our tracker Dude mentioning in chat, there is a certain sinking feeling that I think every runner has received when you're in one of these speed races. You make a gamble, you skip a location because it requires a large time investment, but that ends up being the one place that you have to go. And when you eventually backtrack there and find what you're looking for, it's just disheartening. And I think Troupster is going to find that feeling as soon as he ends up coming back.
Oh, and look at that, Jet is going for the boss.
Yeah, he's going right for the boss. He's not doing that left side, which is where we know where that Eastern Palace key is.
Yeah, I guess Troupster has to feel behind now. He probably knows that Jet did not skip this.
Yeah, I mean, he has studied Jet enough to know that Jet goes ahead and pulls clears dungeons when he's capable of doing that. That's a pretty standard play that most runners make, let alone Jet, who prefers dungeons anyway.
Are you blinking?
Yeah, I blinked.
Don't worry. Just go grab some popcorn.
All right, chat. Let's play a game here with Troupster, and I hate to do this at his expense, unfortunately, but it's a worthwhile game because we're bored a little bit.
3 slashes.
3 slashes. Okay, yeah. Number of frustration slashes, or what his frustration will be once he gets this quake medallion. His coach is saying no slashes.
And he was right.
All right, coach.
And Jet is about to find his go mode. He's going back in. I don't think he has anything else to check anyway.
I thought he might have some overworld locations, but yeah, since this is right here, it makes sense for him to go ahead and check this. So yeah, left side, Swamp Palace is going to be Jet's go mode. And at 146, this seed, all things considered, has been pretty linear, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been linear the whole time.
Like that's, and to Kermit's point, as he mentioned in chat, if it comes down to just a pure execution race, the race would favor Jet over Troupster because Troupster really makes up his time with good routing. The problem is that, in a linear seed, execution is always just that much more important because it's just a race at that point in time and not about decision making. So linear seeds would be what Troupster would fall on, and this was it.
Yeah, and Swamp is a really quick check with hookshot equipped. That left side, you can do it one trip. Oh yeah, good point by chat. There was barely anything in the overworld. Everything was in dungeons.
Yeah, that's the type of seed that kind of favors Jet's playstyle anyway, favoring dungeons. So, kind of everything stacked against Troupster, with knowing that Jet played that style and made a conscious effort to play Overworld. And Jet is in go mode, ladies and gentlemen.
Failing the super speed twice there on the stairs.
I mean, it happens. Troupster also making his way through this the long way because, of course, hook shots on Trinex.
Yeah, he needs the hookshot on Trinex and the Desert Big Key in hookshot cave, and he's in go mode. I'm definitely expecting Troupster to be in go mode before Jet finishes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Does not look like Troupster is missing that much.
And I mean, keep in mind, this was, effectively an all dungeons. Oh, it is an all dungeons clear for Jet. It's going to be. He cleared everything out because he went ahead and killed Argus, even though he didn't necessarily need to. Troupster won't, of course, but this is going to be a full dungeon clear. This might even be a sub 2 hour seed for Jet. He's got 10 minutes at this point in time. But all dungeons plus Aga 1. This is an impressive run by Jet, kind of no matter how you look at it.
Now we know that Jet went back after grabbing the 4th Turtle Rock in Turtle Rock. Do you think Troupster might come back as well? Knowing that the first time he gambled on something not being required, it was required.
Man, that's a tough call. I really don't know. You could make the case that he would, but because he's already gambled, I think he's going to gamble again. He knows he's behind at this point in time. He knows that Misery Mire really hurt him, so I think he's going to just push forward.
Also, I think it's best to use the fire rod in that poke room when you have
yeah.
it.
So Jet is on his way up to the Ganon's tower has all the keys he needs. Won't have to worry about Ganon's tower, big key, anything. He's got silvers. He's got the equivalent of blue mail. He's got tempered sword. I think he's in pretty good shape at this point in time.
1 hour, 51 minutes in, and Troupster will finally get his mail. His blue mail. Did someone mention Doki Doki Randomizer Club in chat?
Yeah, Doki Doki Randomizer. No! All right, so here's the big question mark that you were talking about for Troupster. Does he backtrack? Yes, he does.
Looks like he's going back.
Oh, whoa, that was slick.
I never knew you could do that there.
Neither did I. Okay, swag points for Troupster there.
Again, you learn new stuff in this game every day.
I mean, with both runners being 4-0, if you're ever going to learn something, you're going to learn something watching these two. And it's amazing how many of these seeds I've watched, how many of these runners I've watched, and still surprised by stuff.
And to answer something in chat, the red mail for Sonic turns him into Super Sonic, and he's kinda orange in that state. In the meantime, Jet is doing a great work of Gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, he's just tearing through the gauntlet like one would expect someone of Jet's caliber to tear through.
And nice one cycle on Landmola.
That was a very nice Landmola. You know what? I'm gonna preface what I say here. I love our community. I absolutely love the Zelda randomizer community. I think it's the best, most inclusive, most
very respectful.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the
with
best
newcomers. I've seen too many communities bully the newbies, and this is not one of them. I'm so glad.
Absolutely. But we so quickly want to name stuff after our community members. We need to slow up on that, guys. Let's not meme the entire game. That excludes new people.
So we're still missing red mail and butter sword. Do you check that last chest after Moldor?
I don't know. If you're Jet, I don't think you should. I don't think you would check this last treasure chest, but the fans like it. Yeah, he doesn't check it. Just because it's for the fans, you're in a race. Pit
And
was
Pit
just
was
half cash.
there's no shot for Troupster.
Yeah, he's not feeling terribly great about himself right now. And we're going to have our Aga 2 fight. And it's a legit Aga 2 fight. Nice double, even with the blue balls to the face.
And just like I said, Troupster is gonna find his go mode before Jet is done. A little too late. There it is, go mode for Troupster.
Yep. And Jet is on his way to fight the big pig. All right, what's Ganon going to talk to us about? I think I'm really hoping, I'm feeling the spicy barbacoa burrito is what I'm
The
feeling.
intestines.
Cheese. Okay, Ganon is talking to us about cheese. By the way, Vitor, if you're listening in on this, just gonna say we need some new gaming facts. Let's spice things up a bit.
It's like it's been forever since we had an update.
I know, right? We've been on version 28 for a while. All right, so already on
Phase 4.
Phase 4. Wow, and he gets the double. Yeah, that's GG there, Jet. Well done, sir. And we'll be able to state his or his official time once he crosses the bridge. But GG there to jet082. And he finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 22 seconds. He does indeed get a sub 2 hour. Well done, Jet.
And not so far behind, Troupster already finished his 7th crystal dungeon. So he's already going to Ganon's tower. Sadly, getting some slashes there, he knows he lost. But don't worry, Troupster, you still have the community race next week for the last spot in the brackets.
Yeah, Troupster is going to be. I mean, this will be interesting for Troupster's style of play. Usually doing the research on the opponents, but he will be 4-1. He will have 31 other opponents, so just got to run the best race you can. And of course, Coach Kermit says, "Don't worry, we have a week. Might as well look at 31 other racers." Oh my God, I feel like BBB Kermit. I officially petition that you change your name to Zelda Sabermetrician.
I wonder what are the other runners in 4-1 right now?
Well, let's take a look at that. The other runners currently at 4-1. Someone 325, Kyong 92, Mentos Man 8, Azazas, Zane, Stinger PA, Machinex, Shady Force, Tear, Willard J. Bradley, ACMLM, Zelgadizin, The OK Guy, Ginger Damas, Fred Coughlin, Ack the Bocker, Solski, Elminster RTA, and T-Stew 14. Plus, we have a few more matches to go.
Well, good luck, everyone.
Have fun with that. And of course, we still have some other races to determine outcomes. Of course, later tonight, for example, at 8 o'clock Eastern, prior to the Pika Pals TGH race at 9, at 8 on Speed Gaming 2, we're going to have Wolfie83 versus Giselle Shaft, who both of them are at 3-1. So the winner of that will get into that playoff as well. And we have, if I'm counting it right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more spots going to be determined in addition to the Problems Final Four match tomorrow. Whew! Lots of rando still to play.
Oh, and Troupster is using that ferry.
Nope, that's fair. And let's see if we can try to get Jet in here.
There he is. GG, Jet. Yeah,
Well,
we can hear your game just fine.
Hey, is this working?
yeah, there you are.
How's it going? Dude,
So how about that Spectacle Rock, man?
that was my favorite. I walked up there, saw the glove on top of Spectacle Rock. I'm like, okay, what? There's gonna be like maybe mirror in here if Aghanim was required, and it gives me another glove. I cracked up. That was my favorite thing about this seed.
You did hope for an Aghanim seed in your finding. And it
I didn't
happened.
expect to call it. That was just, I need a seed name, and oh look, it happens to be true. Oh man.
So yeah, the main reason you won this one is because Troupster did gamble on Vitreous not having anything.
Okay. I was really glad when I turned in the green pendant and it was Quake. I'm like, nice. That means that whole thing. I mean, you found flippers there, which was required by logic. But with Swamp being a pendant, I had no idea if I needed to even go in. But it turned out you needed flippers anyway to get the Eastern Big Key. But just ended up getting Quake, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. A green pendant leading to something, I like that.
Yeah, and Troupster made that gamble that it was nothing. So by the time he eventually went there, it was a little late, unfortunately.
I had a few things left. I never did Graveyard Ledge, Catfish, and of course I didn't have enough rupees for Zora the first time I was there. So I was worried the whole time that that's where the big key was. Like I'm running out of places as I keep checking things, and I'm like, it's gonna be one of those. And Troupster, maybe he routed it such that he already has it. And I'm like, oh man. Left hand side swamp wasn't too bad, but I was a little worried. I see he's in Ganon's tower now, so he's not far behind at all.
Yeah, well, after you got Quake on Saraswala, I only had Turtle Rock to check.
Right, and that was Hookshot, which also led to Desert Big Key.
And that was his go mode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those scenes that, I mean, you guys, if you go back and watch this, you're going to see that you two were like neck and neck. I mean, like maybe at the most one room apart up until that divergence where he dipped out, where he's like,
Right.
yeah.
And we had no idea that that was going to be worth until like much later on when I went back.
Yeah, the moment you pulled out Quake from Saraswala, we knew that it was your race to lose.
Oh man. I'm not sure if I would have done anything different this seed. Maybe I mean, it would have turned out left-hand side swamp was better, but I still think when you're missing just one thing, I'd rather go for a number of chests. And honestly, I was also banking on maybe going up the Turtle Rock early paid off, and you need hookshot to get the last big key in swamp. So
And wait. I have to interrupt everyone. I'm sorry. I hate to do this, Jet, but Troupster did open validation chest. That means you're disqualified. Sorry.
oh no! You mean I get to treat myself to Dairy Queen, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, I mean, no, just but still, GG, sir. I mean, that was. Oh my God, what a seed! I mean, it's still a full clear, Agra required sub 2 hour.
You had to go into Pendant Swamp. You had to clear Pendant Mire. I don't remember if there was anything in Thieves. I think Mire was in the beginning of Thieves, wasn't it?
Yes.
So that was about it. And I was actually worried it was going to be a pedestal seed on top of an Aghanim seed. That's why I checked it first on my before I did blacksmith, just in case, because I could have go moded swamp.
Yeah, that's something that Troupster didn't have to worry about. He never found the book, which was in the shut cave as well.
True, because of his go mode.
So, how much are you looking forward? You end up bypassing the 4-1. You're in the tournament. You're one of the 7. How much are you looking forward to bypassing that 32-man playoff that's getting ready to happen next week?
That is going to be the hypest and also scariest race. When you have 32 people, and this is good runners, and only one person moves forward. Oh my gosh!
And yeah, we did name everyone that is already in that race earlier. Quite a scary race.
Yeah.
I mean, any race that has both Ben and ACM, and I think Willard was in there. I mean, yeah, Zell, look at these, and Tear, all these, and you're like, you got to meet all of these guys.
I'm looking forward to watching it, honestly, though. That's fun, and I guess I'm a little glad I was able to bypass it, but even still, we're having the bracket stage, and I think the first round of the bracket stage is just, it's one match. Then we go best 2 out of 3 after that. I think that's what they originally said. I don't know if they changed it, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah, and there's still a few scary people in the 5-0 rank right now. Crystals and Andy mainly.
Yeah, Christos, Andy. I mean, for Rames, anyone who's 5-0, I think in this race is a survivor. Like, there was no easy road to 5-0 at all.
And GG Troupster just finished with a time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 24 seconds.
We'll see if we can't get Troupster in here before too long. But Matt, what else kind of drew you about this scene? I mean, I know our Magical Mystery Mountain tour with both gloves kind of, and it was really, I mean, it was a pretty linear seed, all things said. Wouldn't you say?
I was thinking the whole time how linear the seed was. And then, of course, once I finally was able to get my mitts, that's when it opened up. And I'm like, okay, I have a few options. So I focused on the dungeons from that point. And just as soon as originally I did ice. I think it was ice. And then I had an option of either doing Turtle Rock, but I didn't have enough small keys yet, or like doing the blacksmith line. But I got the Turtle Rock small key, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go do Turtle Rock with 3 small keys because there's so many items up there. And I don't know if Troupster did this, but getting that 4th key in the dungeon, and I backtracked just in case that big key chest was something. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm like, if I'm gonna check it, now's the time because I have mirror and I can easily, get back to the path from there.
It did go back after getting that 4th key, and I actually have to ask him something about that.
Yeah, that was an interesting play, all things said. It's like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, you're about to find out. Yeah, you're about to find out. looks like Troupster is heading over here soon. Also, there were a lot of progression in dungeons.
Yeah, like everything was in dungeons. Nothing, it felt like, was in Overworld except for the first part of the game.
That's a good point. It did sort of turn out that way.
And we have Troupster with us.
What's going on?
GG.
So, how
GG.
about that misery mire, sir?
Yeah. I mean, the whole seed was like a straight line. So I took some gambles because Jet is extremely skilled. And
Oh, we do
I
not
didn't have a
blame
lot
you
of-
for that.
yeah, I didn't have a lot of opportunity to make any big plays because literally, I think every 5 items were bottlenecked again. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I've
It
never
was
played a
such
seed like
limited
this.
seed.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I think it was a good gamble at first, but once we saw that Quake was at Saraswala, we knew you were so far behind.
Yeah, it felt pretty bad. I felt really bad in Swamp until I got the big key to Eastern. That felt okay. But then not getting anything from Eastern, I'm like, really? It's at Vitreous? Really? I mean, I only had 2 locations. It was the Tower of Hera basement and Vitreous. It's like,
I mean, 10 minutes is not that much of a difference, and apparently, like, just the Mire play for me, turning it in and getting Quake is really what made the difference. I mean, I ended up killing Argus because my go mode was that Eastern big key. I put off Swamp for so long.
right. Yeah, I don't think I lost too much time by doing Vitreous last, but maybe. I
Not
cleared
all-
locations that sucked.
Not only that, Jet did find the book in Bookshot Cave as well, which led him to other locations.
Yeah, I assumed that would happen if somebody didn't go in Swamp. So when I got that big key in there, I'm like, okay, at least this was required.
Yeah, I killed Argus first, and I'm like, maybe I should have checked left first, and then going left, because I was actually, at the time, only had the Graveyard Ledge, Catfish, and Zora, because I never had rupees for Zora at the time. Those were the only things I had left, and Fat Fairy. So I went into Swamp, and then I was going to check those things, and I was really worried where the big key was, thinking maybe you took a different route and ended up getting it. And it was true. I'm guessing you had the Eastern big key a lot sooner than I did.
I don't know about a lot sooner, but probably sooner. I mean, it was one of my last
you
locations.
did. You did find it a lot sooner.
I mean, a lot in this context between you two runners, a lot sooner is like maybe 5 minutes. Up until that misery mire play, you guys were no more than a room apart. I mean, you were just holding hands through this.
That's
I'm
pretty-
looking forward to the VOD.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that. I mean, there's not a lot of places we could go, so every room I'm thinking, man, Jet probably did this room better. He probably got the spin there. He probably got that hook shot there.
Speaking of, by the way, swag strats, Troupster, buddy, people are trying to name some of your new tech after you. They're calling it the Troupster jump.
Which jump is that? The one where I fell 3 times? Or...
No, when you got that 4th Turtle Rock key and went back for the lava room, you did a jump to get to the left side of the big chest room.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could name that after me, but I didn't invent it. I saw it
It
somewhere
was
else.
definitely something new for most of us.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was thinking going in there, I'm like, okay, hopefully there's something in that middle chest. He skipped it, and this is how I'm gonna win. But it turned out to be another compass.
I didn't skip it either, though. I got the key, and I'm like, if I'm going to check it, I need to do it now while I can still mirror to that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
the
definitely
midway
what we both thought as well. Now is a good time to check it.
Yeah, the mirror made it really convenient right there.
I'm always worried because I will skip that big key chest. I'll skip the big key chest and pods sometimes, like depending on my routing. And like I'm worried in the back of my head, is this actually required? And it's been required a few times, especially that pod big key chest. I feel like that pops up a lot.
How
That's
about that
actually
pod
nice.
though? How about that force pod, no keys, into
Force-
1 key, into 9 chests?
You had to do Eastern first to get bow, so that way you could do the right hand side just to get the hammer and go all the way around. Like,
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
you-
good.
this.
And you both got debated by that key in the basement of Pod.
Yeah, there was just nothing back there, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder if Jet skipped this.
Yeah, I did all the way in the back because if I can open a lot of chests, I'm going for it. Especially we had the big key at that point.
It was a lot. It was like 9 chests, right?
Yeah.
Or 11?
I ended up walking out, and there were 3 chests left that I still had to check. Like just
Yeah.
one small key for Pod, and I was able to check. What is that? That is
11.
9 things, isn't it?
It's 11, yeah, 11
11
and
because
14.
there's 14. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts, and then nothing came out of it. Like, that was
Yeah.
super smart.
Except the time waste. Yeah, so you had to do that, and then you had to go to the Hype Cave to get Flute. Like, where is this lead? And then seeing... Again, Spectacle Rock was amazing. Walking up, seeing the glove, and getting the glove inside. I'm like, this is hilarious.
Did you jump down without checking it? That was my last location, so I knew there was an item in there.
I mean, that's a good point. I did check, because what if I, like, screwed up somewhere else? I still had a Gina. I could have purchased from Zora, although that's not within logic, so never mind.
Yeah, no, it was my only location. So I saw I saw the glove up top, and then I jumped in the cave, and it was another glove, and I'm like, wait a minute. Am I having deja vu? What's going on here?
You just found the pair. That's it.
Yeah, it was walk outside and see a black cat or something up top.
Chat did pull out some good names for that rock afterwards.
Yeah, Mitt's Mountain,
Lift rock.
Lift Rock, yeah.
Nice.
So, Troupster, let's talk about this. You moved to 4-1, so you're now officially in the big 32-man race-off. I know you like to do studying for your opponents. Are you going to be studying 31 opponents in the next week here?
No, I'll probably just spend my time finding deals on like energy drinks and stuff like that, because 32 people, man, good luck. Just good luck. Everybody have fun. I mean, it's gonna be crazy.
Do you want to take a bet on who's gonna win that one?
Whoever gets the luckiest. I think that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, we did have a few people in chat already qualified for that race, and some of them said they're gonna take the biggest gambles they will ever take.
Yeah, I think that. So there's gonna be people that are gonna make the crazy gambles just for the sake of it, because there's 32 people. So someone's gonna gamble correctly. So maybe just everyone should do crazy gambles the entire seed. Crazy sequence breaks. Don't stop. Just check the first chest to swamp. All that stuff.
And there's definitely gonna be Ben that is gonna just play the seed right.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people. I didn't expect to beat Jet. He's really good, and the top 8 are going to be really great. And then this other race, it just has so many great people. So I wish it was more, but at some point there's got to be a winner.
Did you actually expect to have 4 wins in this round?
Before the tournament, I just started playing, so I expected maybe 1 win.
I hate you a little bit. It was that.
Well, very, very nice. I think you have a chance, man. Just stick to what you know, and maybe just the route will work out. It's really going to be whoever lucks into the best route, I think, with 32 people.
Well, I think I learned stuff every race, and I just keep watching tournament races, watch the good players, and you'll pick up tricks constantly. That B thing at the start of the gauntlet, I didn't even know that was a thing until just now. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, we were interviewing Jet at the time, so we didn't really notice.
I released a bee to catch a fairy, and it went through the first 3 rooms. It just kept following me, killing stuff.
Oh.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'm
that's
gonna
in
check it
Ended
out.
or what?
Yeah,
It was
usually
pretty
the
cool.
bee strat is to get one of the blind head out of the room.
Well, the thing, it wasn't even a gold bee. It was just a regular bee, and it started killing stuff, and it followed me from room to room, killing all the ones I couldn't reach. It was actually pretty amazing.
Nice.
But yeah, GG, man. You deserve
Jeez.
it. Hopefully, I'll get to play you if I win the 32-man off.
Dude, go for it. I mean, just started now. You're up at the 4-1 ranking against a lot of good players. So,
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Okay.
looking forward to the next tournament with you too.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm hoping for the standard one. Is it standard coming up? Does anybody know?
I don't know if we
It's-
announced it yet, so
Yeah, we haven't
We'll see.
announced it, so it'll
Okay.
just calm down. And someone, Joff 1981 in chat, did just point out. By the way, the hash in the start off in this seed, remember, was double gloves.
Yeah.
It was. And then who said? Was it you that said the no glove seed?
No, somebody wrote that in
It
chat.
was me in chat, yeah.
Oh my gosh! For so long, the gloves. It was an AGA required. This was ridiculous. This seed. Every time I play a Keysanity seed, I'm like, there's something new. The rando is teaching me about the way it can path itself. I'm like, this is hilarious.
Yeah, the starting pathing was definitely. I've never had a seed like that, where you get the bow, you go to pod, and then you run down with the hammer, and then you get one more item. It's the flute, and then you go up top, and you get a pair of gloves. So you see two. Like it was crazy.
Did you double dip Aghanim's tower?
No, I did not.
So I did. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be Aghanim's Aghanim required at that point because we had one castle tower key. I was still, of course, missing glove and hammer, and I'm like, maybe, but I was also already there, and it wasted about a minute, I think, just to get back to where I was because I didn't go to Eastern yet, and
When our first items were cape, 2 swords, and a castle tower key, I'm like, okay, it's
Yeah.
an Agaseed. So I delayed the castle until last because I was trying to find the second castle tower key, which I found.
right. Yeah, I ended up double dipping it, and I'm like, well, it ended up in Moon Pearl. Maybe this was just required. But of course, later on, I'm like, well, it's either my progression's out of Gina or it's time to kill Aghanim. Let's just go kill Aghanim.
Yeah, that paid off. I
did
skipped
help
a lot
we
of
had
stuff.
Bow.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I did fall once in the gauntlet stupidly, but I felt really bad. I checked that northern route. I checked all of Catfish and Zora. There was just no items, and then that's when I felt really behind. And then I did all the hammer pigs. So again, there was just nothing. It felt
Yeah.
really bad.
Just to give you an idea of how close it was between the two of you,
Mhm.
when you both entered the Dark World almost at the exact same time, Troupster, you were actually a little bit ahead. The only thing you did different was talk to the bomb vendor to see which are the 5-6 crystals, and by the time you got out of there, Jet had passed you.
Yeah,
It's only like 15 seconds, not even, to talk to that guy, and I just don't do it.
it's valuable in Keysanity. I almost lost a race one time because of it, so I always make the trip over this, from now on.
I actually had a Keysanity where I could have talked to him because I just needed to figure out which dungeon was a crystal. I could have completed a whole bunch of things. I was only missing the GT Big Key. So I just randomly went to ice. I'm like, it's either going to be ice or, I don't know, desert or... Well, no. I don't know. It was ice or thieves or something like that. So I did ice, and it gave me the pendant and a GT Big Key. And I'm like, if I had talked to the bomb vendor and skipped it because it was a pendant, I would have, went up to GT looking for GT Big Key. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm on the fence about checking it because of things like that. Because I feel like it's valuable to do pendant dungeons if you're still looking for items. Like the randomizer doesn't care if it's a pendant or a crystal where it puts items. So I'm just going to go for chest density. So I like going to like Mire and Pod because there's a lot of chests in there and they can be somewhat quick.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeking out density. I just decided Vitreous wasn't going to have anything, and turned out that was a misplay.
Well, he didn't drop, it was just the pendant, and I had no idea that was worth until I went to go finish Pod. And I'm like, oh, Quake, I needed that. Nice.
All
Like-
right.
The seed felt really dry to me, but it was fun and good race.
Yeah, good race. Good luck on the tiebreaker.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and other folks, jet082, Troupster, If you like what these runners showed you, give them a like and a follow. I guess you can only give them a follow on Twitch. You give them a like elsewhere, but give them a follow here on Twitch if you possibly can. Absolutely excellent race. Thank you guys both for running through for us. Also, a shout out to Synac, our restreamer, doing a lot of extra work ahead of time, getting everything set up. It's a little bit of a different setup than we're used to. Also, Dude, our wonderful tracker, and of course, my co-commentator, Numberplay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you as well, Vitesha.
And we do have more randomizer action going on tonight. Currently going on right now over on Speed Gaming 2. We have Dark Shadows 59 versus Raspberry Floof. That's going on right now. Also, immediately after that, on Speed Gaming 2, we have Wolfie 83 versus Giselle Shaft on Speed Gaming 2, and that is for a play-in match, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. And then later on in the evening on this channel, ALTTPR 1 at 9 o'clock tonight, Pika Pals versus TGH. That's a 4-0 match, so the winner will join Jet here and some of our other folk in getting into the finals. So lots of randomizer going on. And otherwise, I think that's going to do it for us here. Does anyone have anything else to say about this seed or this tournament?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for commentating, tracking the restream. I know it was a lot of work today. I kind of glanced at what was going on. So thanks everybody for putting on the tournament. It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to go back and watch it later. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm already out of the tournament, but I'm definitely gonna stick around, maybe commentate or track some more races.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for those of us here in the Zelda randomizer community. My name's Vitasia.
And mine is number play.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you later tonight for more rando action. Enjoy, and may your pedestal pull be pure. Yeah, we're going to go with that.